asked me, I would have said no. I would have said no, but that's not the reason why you did that. The reason why you did that is because of those two cameras that's in my house. Plus, you want to see me coming and going. Plus, you want to see what man I got up in here. Shout out to my ex-boyfriend. You understand? Plus, you want to see what man I'm thinking here. Because if my ex-boyfriend don't get at him, y'all gonna get at him because y'all don't want me to have a relationship. Because that's how they do, people out there. They starve you from affection. So if you're a girl looking for a boyfriend and they see guys coming to your door, they would try to get to know that guy, which they did. Alvarine did. She got to know every man. And those guys were contractors. Those guys were contractors just coming to fix my house. And now all of a sudden none of them want to talk to me. You understand? So I don't know what she tells them, but whatever she tells them is working. So good for her. You understand? But like I tell her, I'm like, listen, like I tell a woman who wants to steal my man, thank you. I appreciate the help. Because if I didn't know that he's a cheater, I would have still been in a relationship with him, trying to make money for him and with him. So thank you for saving me the time and money to pay a private investigator. I told this girl that once and she got pissed off. Because she didn't want to talk to him when he was trying to talk to her. And then when me and him started talking. And I broke my own rule. You understand? When me and him started talking, she started acting like she was interested in him. You understand? Because some of these girls who claim to be so cute and whatever, they can't keep a man. You so cute, but you can't get your own man. Oh, I want to be single. No, you don't. You want a man just like everybody else. You understand? You want a man just like it. I don't care about if you're into girls. I'm not lesbian, so I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about straight women. You wanna be in a relationship. No, I'm not involving them. Nope. Because you give them rights and they trying to take away my rights. So I'm not getting into that. Let them fight their own battles. I'm fighting for women, for straight women, because I'm a straight woman looking for a relationship. So anyway, yeah, so they trying to take my money. I eventually get it, but it takes work. You got to be very diligent, people. You got to be very diligent. They trying to block me from putting up my website. Yet still, they trying to make money off my website. They go on there, see what stuff I got, and then they try to rig the website so people can order from them instead of me. And somebody told me 2 days ago that my next door neighbor in the yellow house have me streaming live in their house. And the only thing that's stopping me from going over there, because I would have been over there, if they got raccoons. If they had dogs, I would have went. They have raccoons, and they can let that raccoon out at any time, and I can't run too much. And that's the only thing that's stopping me from coming there. So don't think, Cheryl Ann, that I'm scared of you. Cheryl Ann Hutchinson. She's a charlatan. Don't ever think I'm afraid of you. But I know that you've been raising raccoons ever since you was young, so you know how to make them attack and stuff like that, and they're very dangerous animals. So that's the only thing that's keeping me from ripping your door down, Miss Hutchinson. So don't ever fucking think that when I see you, I'm scared of you. I'm not scared of you. I'm really not. But I know your evil mind. You understand? And I know what you're capable of. That's why the other day when your son was throwing their son came to my window and threw a mouse in it. That's why after your son did that, you woke up with a fucking snake in your bed, bitch. You understand? My people don't play. So if you keep wanting to wake up with stuff in your thing that you're afraid of, keep doing. You and your son, because I heard your husband's in jail now. You and your son keep doing this shit. Okay? Yeah. She woke up with stuff around her that she's afraid of. So you put, they gonna put, because not me. I'm always in my house. Because you and Averine is always wanting to put something through my window and something. Yep. And the same thing you feel for me is the same thing that's going to happen to you. Because the other day I heard that something was outside in Alvarine's front lawn. She couldn't get out her house. Yeah, because she kept telling people to throw stuff in my window and put animals in my house and put do this and do that. Yeah, I heard she couldn't get out her house fast enough. So see, ladies, I got people who like me too. You feel me? So Hutchinson, don't ever, ever, ever feel I'm afraid of you. I'm not. I would have been in your house. Because when they took the house away from you, it was people on the block that told me, go change the lock. The house don't belong to them. They got thrown out. I said, I don't want the house. I just don't want to be paying their bills or whatever the case may be. Let them go somewhere else. Because that house is getting ready to be torn down. I don't want the house. So instead of you coming to me, oh, a bee. See? I opened the door for a few seconds and a bee is in here already. Now, how am I supposed to get that bee out of here? So, it's not a fly, it's a goddamn bee, see? It's a yellow and black bee. Right there, on top of the thing. Yeah. So, Hutchinson. Yeah, you owe me some money. I just want you to see, because every time you see me, you got that smirk on your face with your camera rolling all in your face, so nobody can see your face. But I'm telling you, Mrs. Hutchinson, and your son, leave me alone, for real. Because the other day, your son, for the first time, I seen all his face. So somebody got to him. Somebody done smacked him up, I heard. He don't even drive his car no more because everybody knows his car. You're gonna get the treatment that you're trying to give to other people, including me. Yeah, he couldn't even drive his car because people was looking out for his car. Because he got all that miles because his daddy, what he used to do, he would fuck with you. He would break into your house, steal all your computer equipment and stuff. Then that's what he does. Then if you say something to him, he call his daddy, and his daddy's a mechanic. So his daddy go fuck up your car. You understand? I had a brand new car and it's fucked up. So you owe me a car, Miss Hutchinson. And I want every dime you owe me. You gonna pay for it one way or the fucking other. You understand? You and all your Indian cop friends. I'm Indian too. So it's gonna be Indian against fucking Indian. You understand? And I'm not talking about feather in the cap. I'm talking about dot on the head. We both came from the same fucking country, Trinidad. So you know in Trinidad everybody's mixed with something. So you get your crew, I'll get my fucking crew. You feel me? It's no more hiding, Miss Hutchinson. It's no more fucking hiding. So don't every time I see you, you want to have a smirk on your face and just hold the camera up like you're doing a big thing. Yeah, I heard you got a big streaming over there. I'm going to come over there and pull every fucking wire out the wall like I did to your fucking bitch ass niece who live upstairs in my condo. Yeah, her bitch ass niece, Miss Smith, connected wires to get free cable, free lights, free gas. See, that the cable wasn't a problem, but what they was doing with the cable, because you know, it just started using Wi-Fi on your phone. So you thinking they just getting free cable? I'm like, all right, they just getting free cable, no problem. They was breaking into my phone through the Wi-Fi, finding out all my business. So me and that bitch had it out. You understand? And they want to live for free. So Miss Hutchinson, don't ever think that me, this crazy bitch next door to you, and the house you live in is mine, ever afraid of you. Because what she did, her and her husband put a down payment for a co-op somewhere. Then they came when I moved on the block. They came and they moved into the house next door. Now the real estate agents didn't tell me anything. They just said, "Oh, you have another property. You have a piece of thing." They didn't tell me where it was. They just said, "Oh, it's in the back." So I said, "Back where?" They said, "Oh, behind the tree." Blah 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 blah. I said, "Okay." I didn't think it was the whole house, but I'm looking around. Alvarino always used to tell me, and thanks, Alvarino, I appreciate that. Alvarino used to go, "Oh," she said, "What?" She said, "Look at everybody's house, Rhonda." I'm like, "Wait a minute. Look at my lot. My lot is big. Look at six lot." She was telling me in her little own way. So that's why I don't go in hard on her, because she was giving me tips and bits and pieces throughout the years. She said, "You got the best spot, but the smallest house, the smallest lot." I'm like, yeah, you're right. Everybody else got double the lot. And she said, "You don't think that's funny?" She was trying to tell me that yellow house belongs to my lot in her own little way. So that's why, Alvarine, sometimes I have mercy on you. Because with all your bitchy antics, you still was trying to look out for me. And I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. So, once in a while I throw a favor your way. And I don't fuck with you as much. You understand? Because when you fuck with me, I get pissed off, and then I have to remind myself, Rhonda, maybe she's telling you something that you need to listen to. Okay? So anyway, the Hutchinsons. Yeah, they put a $10,000 deposit on a co-op somewhere in New York. I think it was Long Island or something. They were supposed to move to Long Island or whatever. So their brother-in-law lives down the block. He doesn't live there. He just jumped in the house and said he owns it, because a corporation owned this whole lot. So anyway, the Hutchinson just moved. When I moved in, about a month later, they moved into the house next door to me. I don't know. It was winter time when I moved in. I don't know. Who lives on the block? I was just sold this house. Nobody told me about the extension next door. All they told me is you have a garage. I'm like, okay, where is the garage? At first, I thought it was the garage right in front of me. I'm like, no, that garage is to that house. I'm like, where's the garage? I'm like, anyway, whatever. And then Averine would be telling me, Rhonda, Averine and the Haitians, I think, told me, "Oh, well, the last tenant that lived here," because they thought I was a tenant. They didn't think I owned the house. "The last tenant that lived here used to park in the back and park all the way in the back." So I thought it was just the backyard they parked in. No, there is a garage right behind my backyard, which is on the property that the Hutchinsons took over. So there's a lot. And what they did, they put a gate to make it look like it's a partition of property. Then the Haitians, they know somebody working the building department. Why? How I know? Because that same person kept coming to my house to inspect my house for any um egalities in my house, to give me a summons and a ticket, and that's already been taken care of. So that person is the one that's hooking up everybody on this block in regard to the deed and the transition in the building department. And the deed and stuff is from Long Island, because they belong to the um, Gambino. You know the Gambino crime family? Yeah. All these participates in the Gambino crime family. The Gottis took over? Yes. So I called Victoria Gotti. Yes, I did. I called her. Because I'm a big deal. I didn't know I was a big deal, because I know a lot of people. And I wrote her. I said, "Excuse me, Victoria, but your people keep fucking with me." And at first, I guess she spoke to them and it stopped. And then it started back again, because Reyes is determined on getting everything for free off of me. Because they know I get the ultimate. When I do my insurance, I get my car is insured up to the hilt for everything. My house, everything. I get the best of everything. So he's trying to piggyback off of me on everything, even my cable. Yeah, he tried to hook up all the sports channels and the kids channels, because he got children. Now, if you a good neighbor, and you wasn't doing all this shit, you could have came knocking on my door. Yo, G, what's up? Because me and him used to be cool. Yo, G, what's up? I lost my job. I'm having some hard time. Blah, 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 blah. Can I hook up to your... Can I get your passcode to your cable? Blah, blah. I would have gave it to him. I'm like, okay. But... Or make up a guest code for him, because I'm running... I ran a business and whatever. So I said, okay, when your kids come over, you can, watch whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just make sure you pay for it or whatever. You pay for whatever extra you buy. That's the kind of person I am, but they didn't even get to know that. They automatically start attacking. You understand? Trying to break in my shit to get free cable for them and their kids. Trying to break into my bank account to steal my money. Trying to fuck with my car. He made a key to my car. Reyes, you owe me $60,000 because that Benz is not cheap. And I'm going to collect it. Then the cops would come over here and try to give me tickets. Not try, give me tickets and anybody live here. All that. Now guess what? All of them got to move. One way or the other. The city's on their back. And I want to hurry this up because soon I'm going to be not in lights. Because I got to suffer because they not paying none of their bills. You understand? Or they try to piggyback their bills on mine. But anyway, that's why I'm having a lot of trouble. So I have, if you have a question, just ask. Don't listen to these people because a lot of people think I don't, I'm hating on my mom. No, it's just mother and daughter stuff. My mother don't want to talk about it. And I've been asking her, why don't you like me? I mean, I do the same thing as my sister. Let me tell you something with my mom. I do the same thing my sister does, but instead of me giving my mother a monthly stipend, because my sister give my mother a monthly stipend, I give my mother every week. She'd be like, oh, Rhonda, I got to do this. She calls me by my name. Rhonda, I got to do this, because Sugarheads is my grandmother's nickname, and I hijacked her name. So now I'm Sugarheads. So she was like, oh, Rhonda, I need to go here. I would give her the money. Oh, Rhonda, I need this. I would give her that. So I give my mother stuff in bits and pieces because I live here where she lives. But my sister doesn't. So my sister gives her on a monthly thing. I give her every time I see her or every week or whatever the case may be. So it adds up to the same, but I get no credit. So all her friends thinking I'm hating on my mother and they don't like me. Yeah, they don't like me because my mother is a fun chick. You understand? My mother is the life of the party. My mother makes the party. You understand? And none of her church going friends like me. Because they all think I'm hating on my mom. So they be like, oh, you hate Sister well, we don't like you. We like your sister Stacy, but we don't like you, Rhonda. And I know that's what they saying. Because they don't understand that I don't know. I tried to talk to my mom about what happened to our relationship, and did she have problems with my dad? Why don't you like me? I was never a rude child. I used to get straight A's in school. I used to help you with my sister when she was little because I'm older than my sister. So I did all the older sister stuff. According to my sister, I did nothing. But I'm gonna say this to you, Stacy, if you're watching this or if you're ever gonna watch this. Annie lived in the 50s. We lived on Flatbush. You went to school every day. You had to eat every day. You had to go to school every day. You had to be picked up every day. Annie once in a while had a job because not all the time she was working because that's why her and her mom was having problems. But anyway, do you think Annie would come every day and pick you up from school? I mean, take you to school? No, that was my job. Either my job or my grandmother's job. When my grandmother would be up here and not in Trinidad. Fine. Who would pick you up? Either myself or my grandmother. Because my mother would be at work. You understand? Who would get you ready for bed? Me or my grandmother? So my mother would be at work. Who would feed you after school? Me. Who would wash you up for bed? Me. Or my grandmother. Annie would see you on the weekend. But you want to remember what you want to remember. So that's why me and my sister because she's remember, and Annie's taking all the glory for everything. You understand? And she's playing into it, knowing goddamn well it's not true. You understand? So, And I'm not hating on my cousin Annie. Me and my cousin Annie have problems, just like, to me, regular old cousins. But she did some foul shit. What did she do? And it's not about the money, but her mother left me something. She got mad and she went and forged a signature. Or I think my sister pretended to, because me and my sister look exactly alike. And my sister helped her get whatever my aunt left me. But I was gonna divvy it up between the kids, between the grandkids and stuff. But y'all didn't know that. So she took whatever, and that's it. And the rest of the money was for Tiffany, that was put in her name. But my aunt wanted Tiffany to share it with her cousins also, which is your brother's children. But anyway, me and Annie fell out for that. But Annie is fun to be around. Annie, she's great. She's great to be around. That's why, a lot of my cousins chose her over me, because I'm a homebody. I get dragged out the house by my family. Rhonda, let's go here. Rhonda, let's go on a boat ride. Let's go to do, and I go. But if they don't do that, I stay in my house. I do. I'm a home person. But yeah, so my mom's church going friends don't like me, because they don't know me, and they just automatically feel like I hate my mom. And okay, it's like mother and daughter relationship. We don't get along on reasons I don't know. I don't know why we don't get along. You understand? But that's how it is. So we cannot spend the same amount. We cannot spend a lot of time together, because then we start arguing. So that's the story with me and my mom. Okay? That's the story of me. She had me when I was young. We didn't get to relate. I was raised by my grandmother, because she gave me to my grandmother. That's why I love my grandmother to death. And that's to the Samuels. You don't like my grandmother, you don't like me. It's not that I don't like y'all. Didn't like my grandmother, the older Samuels. So I can care less for y'all. Whoever, you don't like my grandmother, that's saying it right. I don't have to deal with you. Because why I say that, it's not like my grandmother was a bitch or what. No, she wasn't. My grandmother was the sweetest person. Let me tell you, if my grandmother had $5, she would give you $2.50 of it. Ask anybody she grew up with. She didn't grow up with the Samuels. I think she knew the Samuels here. You understand, when we came to America, or maybe she knew somebody, one of them back in Trinidad. But we knew the Samuels. But ask anybody in Trinidad that my grandmother knew, ask about her. Ask about my grandmother. They would say if she had $2, she would give you one of it. You understand? That's how my grandmother got down. And she taught me how to cook. She taught me how to clean. She taught me how to keep a man and dish the food. Not all in one plate. We had to separate all the plates. She taught me how to clean the house. So I know anything you see my cousin Annie and them do, I can do. I just don't feel like doing it. I feel like I deserve a maid. I think I deserve a maid, and somebody gonna clean for me and cook for me. That's me. But I can do all that stuff. It's just I don't want to. Cause me and my cousin was taught by the same chef, my grandmother. You understand? All right, but that's the saga with the Cobbs and the Hutchinsons and Vilmene and Alvarine and Reyes, and everybody want to control me. And instead of everybody being nice to me, everybody want to take by force and not being given. So of course, being a person that I am, you're not going to take nothing from me, and I'm not going to fight for it. But all I can say to these people, the Hutchinsons, and if you wanted to be my tenant, you just could have asked. Yo, I ain't got nowhere to go, because their own brother-in-law kicked them out. Oh, I know that you own a house, blah 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 blah. Can I be your tenant? I didn't think the house. I would have said, okay, pay so and so each month, blah 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 blah. But I'm a stickler. You pay my rent. Pay me my rent, because I'm not gonna see you partying and buying this and buying that. And then you're gonna come to me. Oh, can I not get, no, I don't play that. Because I'll tell you, people out there, boys and girls, the most important thing in your life when you get on your own is paying your rent, making sure you have somewhere to lay your head at night. Because when the car's gone, you still got an apartment to go to or a house to go to. When your job is gone, you still have a house to come to sleep, so the next day you can get up and go look for another job. Always secure, not your back. Always secure where you live. Always pay your landlord the rent. Always pay your mortgage. Because if you don't have anywhere to live, your fancy car or your clothes, your job, all that is going to be parked on the street. You're going to have to rent hotels every day. You understand? And you can't sleep at your girl's house all the time or your man's house all the time. They're going to get tired of you. Because if they wasn't tired, they would have asked you to move in. They don't want you to live with them. They just want you to be their boyfriend and girlfriend, but they want to live separate lives. So you have nowhere to rest your head. So all those people who spending their money on stuff they're not supposed to spend their money on, the first thing you have to take care of is where you live. Pay your rent, pay your mortgage. You don't do those two things. I'm not talking about utility. Pay, because even if you're in the dark, your rent is still up to date and you still have somewhere to sleep in the dark. You understand me, ladies and gentlemen? Always secure. Always secure where you live. All right. So, enough of me. I don't know what to name this vlog, but enough of me thinking. And to all the good cops out there, because I know I'm only talking about the bad cops. And to all the good cops out there, thank you for your hard work. Officers, all officers in all division, thank you for your hard work. Thank you for helping me and other people in my predicament. Thank you for taking the risk and this chance on this crazy lady. You understand? Because I don't want to see anybody lose their job, good or bad. I don't. But if you take away from good people, you know, they're going to want to take away from you. So if you think you reached too far in a situation, you haven't. You can stop at any time. You can stop doing what you're doing so we can all live a good life. You understand? Nothing's for free. Nothing's for free. So if you want to change sides or change your mind and stop doing what you're doing and you think you're doing it for, your crew or whatever, stop. Stop and think. And help your family and help yourself, because you're fighting a losing battle. Because if you're in somebody's house, this for so long, you can stay in there. If you're stealing, if you're lying to the mortgage company and your friend is hooking you up and saying you paid a mortgage and you ain't paying a mortgage, it's gonna catch up to you, and you and your friend's gonna be out of a job, and one of y'all gonna be in jail, if not both. So for all the cops out there who's hating me, who's trying to get me under FBI surveillance as usual, and you want to change, you can change. This doesn't have to be a 20-year battle anymore. You got to live for your family, and if you have kids, because people is not going to just stop and you take away stuff from them, and they're going to go after everything. They're going to go after everything, and to be honest, y'all crew be doing some fucked up shit, so y'all always gonna get caught doing some shit. Then the court's gonna take away your kids, the court's gonna take away your house, you're not gonna have no money, you ain't gonna have no job. Think about it. We the good team. We barely do anything bad. We turn bad because y'all making us that way. We have to defend ourselves, but that's not how we usually live. But y'all, it's a regular thing for y'all, so it wouldn't take much for somebody to catch y'all into some bullshit. I'm telling you. Okay? So I want to stop all this. And I'm giving everybody the opportunity to just leave us alone and let us live. stop going into our bank account stealing our money, because now y'all can't even have a bank account, I heard. Because all the fraud y'all committed. So now y'all trying to steal. Yeah, all of them, they bought from all the banks. No bank want to open an account for them, because they go in there and steal people's money, get to know people in the bank, and then start their bullshit all over again. So none of them, everybody on this block except me, can have and probably elsewhere, can't have a bank account. Yeah, because the feds done did it to them. The feds like, you committing bank fraud, and a bank is still opening an account for you? No, we gonna stop that. Soon they won't even be able to get a regular telephone. They're gonna have to use the flip phone just to make phone calls. They can't get on the internet. They can't do none of that. So before it gets too bad, some of y'all better jump out and say, let me leave that bitch alone. Let me go about my business trying to make money. Let me see if I can open up my shop. Let me put this bitch money back in her account. Because you think I don't notice now, but eventually I'm gonna get around to it, and then I'm gonna figure out who took it and come at you. So just put my money back. You understand? And put the people's money back. Because nobody wants your shit. Nobody wants your drugs. Nobody wants you to mess with your car. Nobody wants to do that. Not on my team. My team, we don't want to do no shit like that. We just want to live our lives and mind our business. That's it. But y'all want to fuck with people 24/7. Why? Because we on the winning team. Y'all claim to have all the money, and y'all don't. Y'all money is running low. So that's why you keep coming after our team. So come over, change your mind. Come over on our team. You'll prosper, and we all move on. Otherwise, you're fighting with yourself. All right? And Vilmane, you're not gonna win that lawsuit with your daughter. That fake lawsuit. Especially if you're trying to come after me, so you wasn't one of your friends, so you slipped somewhere. Because you tried that already. You lost. You understand? Me, I just want to be left alone. And my son. That's it. I want the same things that everybody else wants. Peace and quiet. When I go in a restaurant, I don't want all kinds of stuff, toilet water and stuff in my food. Yup. And she's getting ready to lose her job, if she didn't lose it already. She know who she is. Yeah, all that stuff I got to deal with. Because there's mean people out in the world. Okay? So, it's getting ready to be light, so I know the ERA shuts things down. So, I love you all, haters and Hutchinson. I suggest that streaming contraption you got going over there, you and your son, rip it down, because it's going to be ripped down. And whatever channel you got me on, trying to make